Former Democratic Alliance Member of Parliament Renaldo Gouws and the South African Human Rights Commission have reached a settlement in the complaint the Commission lodged against the YouTuber turned politician before the Equality Court. This after Gouws publicly apologised for his 2010 video, which contained racially offensive and harmful language directed towards black South Africans. Commissioner at the South African Human Rights Commission, Professor Tshepo Madlingozi, joins us now via our video link for more on this conversation. Professor, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. Perhaps let's start off here. I mean, you sent this matter straight to the Equality Court following that video which surfaced online. Maybe let's start off by getting your reaction to the apology which has since been issued by Renaldo Gouws.
Good evening and thanks for background to this is that in last year instituted a complaint before the Equality Court, as you said. In March, Mr. Gouws approached us with view to during a meeting. So after Mr. Gouws approached us as per our act, we then sat down with him. We then reached a settlement, and the apology that he issued was the apology that we drafted and asked him to publicly, fully, unconditionally apologize.
And Professor, if you can also, just give us an insight in terms of that settlement that has been reached with Renaldo. We understand that it also includes a payment of 100,000 rand. So
the apology is one. So the first thing was really for Mr. Gouws to tender a unconditional apology. The second agreement, part of the agreement, was that Mr. Gouws will undertake a sensitization workshop, a diversity sensitization workshop. The third part of it is that Mr. Gouws will engage in community service in the form of workshop with the Human Commission, so that he can contribute to nation building and constitutional literacy. It is not true it was 100,000 fine, because we think that we suffered financially enough. As you know, after the he was taken by his employer.
All right, Professor, we keep on losing you there as you speak. I think the connection to your headsets is making it a bit difficult to hear you. But you were just telling us that it's not true that he has been requested to make the payment of 100,000 rand. Maybe if you can pick it up from there.
Yes. No, I was explaining that it is not true that there was a monetary fine, because we took the view that after Mr. Gouws, the video surfaced, his employer, chose to terminate his employment, and really he, has suffered financially enough. Therefore, we opted just for three measures: one, a public apology; number two, a community service; and number three, a sensitization program. Really, the idea behind this was really that this must be a teachable moment for Mr. Gouws and the general public. That's why Mr. Gouws was able to take full accountability that the statements were indeed racist, that they should not have been said under any circumstance. Number two, that he takes full accountability and that he unconditionally apologizes.
We also understand in some of those conditions, he will undergo diversity training. What does that mean exactly?
So the purpose of a diversity training is really for the individual to become a better citizen, to understand deeply the history of the country, to understand why there's a need for redress measures, to understand how different communities and different persons, live, so that you can understand and appreciate diversity. So the purpose of a diversity training is to not socially engineer the person. We don't do that, but really to make the person understand the history of South Africa and to be able to live with others in peace and harmony.
What does this mean overall when it comes to, comments being made by some South Africans and this that may resurface much later on in your life? I mean, we understand that Mr. Gouws conducted this video in 2010. He then became a member of parliament, and that's when we saw this video circulating. What does this teach the public about, things that live online and things that can be said which can be harmful to others?
Yes, no, that's a good question. The lesson is very clear that, social media and the media in general is a powerful source for, amplifying your voice, but it can also do harm. And that what you say online, even if you delete it, it lives in the, in the archives, and that it might resurface, much later on in your life. So we really urge the public to exercise their freedom of expression with responsibility, but also with a view of understanding what is harmful and what is not harmful. So, the use of the K word cannot be used under any circumstance. It cannot be a part of political speech. It can't be said in hyperbole. It can't be said in an artistic expression. So the lesson is very clear. Utterances such as this are harmful, and the Human Rights Commission will not hesitate to take you to court and and explore other avenues to hold you accountable.
All right, Professor, thank you so much for your time. That's Professor Tshepo Madlingozi. He is a commissioner at the South African Human Rights Commission, just giving us an insight and his reaction following that order from the Equality Court. And of course, at the same time, Renaldo Gouws apologizing for the comments he made in a video from 2010.